Craig Fonts is the creator of the digital and print magazine Shark City Futebol Club, as well as a photographer, musician, and audio engineer. During this divisive time in our country, Craig has used his platform in a major way to support Black creatives through his photography, digital magazine, as well as providing resources for people about racism in America.
No, I do appreciate you joining me today. So let's kind of let's get into these questions. So um you are you do everything. You're a
I
photographer.
don't not everything.
I swear you do everything. You're a photographer, you're a musician, audio engineering, creator of a digital and print magazine, Shark City Futebol Club. You're doing all the things. And so one of my first questions was, what sparked you to use your platform to contribute to the overall movement against police brutality and racism?
I had always sort of been involved in various movements, like anti-racist movements, um, workers' unions, like things like that, like stuff that like matters to me,
Mm-hmm.
for taking care of marginalized people. Um, and I got tired of like having like Facebook conversations about it. You know what I mean? Because like it's real easy to like, as much as I love having conversations on the internet, like, and I'm very like, there's a lot of people who are out there, you know what I mean, like in the streets, protesting, all of that stuff, and I think it's fantastic. I've done that in the past. The reason I'm not out there right now is because I'm concerned about my health and the health of other people around me due to the coronavirus. So I figured like there's no way that I can like sit around and not do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Um, and there are different types of revolutionary action, right? Like so there's like direct action, which is protesting, being in the streets, um, voting, um, that kind of stuff. And then there's administrative action, which is like the creation of media and propaganda for the movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so being in media creation, like being a photographer, being a musician, being a publicist, like, and then working in libraries and having the ability to shape the collection, right? Because I collect nonfiction for our library. So being able to shape the collection by purchasing the right books, being able to create a platform for musicians who are using it to like preach that same message, and then using my platform of a magazine to make sure that people understand the humanity of people of color, specifically Black people in this moment, but like all people of color, because it's always on my heart.
Man, and so not only did you use the magazine, as a way to kind of amplify, Black artists, Black creatives, create a platform for them, but you also donated donated funds from your album.
Yeah.
You did that, and then you also came up with an anti-racism resource page.
Yeah.
So you literally use like all of your platforms to
Yeah.
support this movement right now.
I wanted to do something, but I knew that I'd be putting myself and my coworkers in danger, as well as my parents, and I got a lot of old people in my life, right? Like I knew I would be putting them in more danger than was necessary
Yeah.
by participating in the protests.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got to be alive in November to vote, right? So like, I was like, all right, we gotta like figure out another way to do this.
Yeah.
And that's why I did the Black Lives Matter issue of the magazine, and why I donated the proceeds for the album to first the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, which is what I'm funding with the Black Lives Matter issue of the magazine as well. and then to a couple of different organizations, the American Civil Liberties Union, um, and there's one more, and I can't remember which one it was. Um, another like bail fund. I can't remember it. But anyway,
Yeah.
I created that list of resources for people
Mm-hmm.
because even though like all of the creative work I do is part of me,
Mm-hmm.
as well as being a library professional is part of me. So like I created that list of resources because of the library side of what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted people to like read like The Color of Law and Between the World and Me and like How to Be an Anti-Racist and like all of these different like Feminism is for Everyone by Bell Hooks. Like there were so many there were so many different books and online resources and things that were like floating around that I took like 2 or 3 different lists and compiled them together. So the list that I started with was something that was on a Google Drive document. So I just continued that document and started like adding stuff to it, and I'm still adding stuff to it.
Nice. I
um,
checked it out too. About how long did that take you to put together?
Most of it was mostly lists that were already compiled, so it only took a few minutes
Mm-hmm.
because I had like 2 or 3 different like sites that I was operating off of that I like took these like 3 different lists from and then put it together. But I've been researching this kind of stuff since like this is what I did when I was in college. You know what I mean? Like, so I've been researching this kind of stuff for a long time.
My last question is, you made a post on your page about paying Black creatives. Can you talk about your feelings behind that post?
For people who this is their livelihood, right? Like doing music, doing art, doing photography, doing video, podcasting, whatever it is, the creative spectrum is so dependent on other people,
Yeah.
right? And when everyone got locked in their house, like there wasn't the opportunity for people to continue to make money in the same way that they were,
Yeah.
right? So it was partially like just like if someone does creative work for you, pay them, barter with them, do something for them.
Yeah.
Don't expect them to do it for exposure because exposure doesn't pay my bills or feed me. Um,
Does not.
right.
Yeah.
But like on the other hand, it was also for like at that moment, people were like trying to figure out what to do, right? Like people who didn't want to protest or who couldn't protest for whatever reason,
Mhm.
like we're not sure how to go about like making like that kind of change. And for me, it was like pay the people in your community
Yeah.
to do the work that you need done, and specifically pay Black people
Yeah.
to do it. Pay all people of color to do it.
Yeah.
Right now, specifically Black people, we
Yeah.
need because Black people are statistically more likely to develop chronic symptoms from the coronavirus. Um,
Yeah.
we disproportionately work in the nursing and healthcare fields.
On the
So
front line,
there's
you know, the
so
and on the front lines,
and on
driving,
the front, yeah,
transportation,
yep, yep,
grocery store,
yep,
warehouse, all
yep.
that.
Yeah, any that was another thing I was gonna say is that like any retail positions and things like that
Yeah.
people are using to like supplement their income or pay bills, you know what I mean? Like a lot of those jobs are going away or changing rapidly. And
Right.
then like the creative industry is the most hard hit by that kind of thing because everything we do requires other people. Um like shows don't happen, you know, in
Yeah.
the same way when there's no people and there's no money for the bars if they can't bring people out to see the shows. You know what I'm saying? So like like these things kind of spiral into each other. You
Mhm.
know, photographers who work in the concert, you know, venues can't make their, you know, like make their check because
Yeah.
the concerts aren't happening, right? You know what I mean? Like our music video producers and directors um can't do the work that they're doing. Like live sound engineers can't do the work that they would normally do. Like all of these things spiral into one another. And so for me, I was like, first of all, pay them anyway. You should be
Yeah.
paying them and paying them what they ask. So like, if someone has a price list, don't try to lowball them. Like
Right.
actually pay what they're asking for, or
Yes.
find someone who will do it for cheaper,
Because
right?
there's
Like
always somebody who will
there's
do it
always
for
somebody cheaper.
cheaper. And there's no shame in finding someone who can do it at the price that you can afford. If this is what you
Absolutely
can
not.
afford, you know, and this is what this person can do, that's great. But if you want this quality, you have to be
Exactly.
willing to pay
Yeah.
that price. Man, so y'all heard it. Pay Black creatives.
Yeah. Yeah. Pay people of color, pay Black creators specifically. Pay Black female creators specifically. Find like find a if you're looking for a photographer, a DJ, a mix engineer, a videographer, um, find a person of color, find someone who's LGBTQ plus, find someone who is a different gender than you, find someone who uh, has a different view than what you would ordinarily think. Like, don't just plan your wedding on Pinterest and expect every photographer to look like that, because it's not how everyone shoots. Like, actually go to their website or go to their Instagram page and look at what they shoot and make sure that they're the right fit. But find someone who is a person of color, find someone Black who can do the work that you need done. And that's not just creative work either. Like, I got a homie that works pest control. Like, call him up. You know what I'm saying? You
They need
just
work
like,
too.
yeah, he needs work too. Like, find, you know, if there's somebody who's like running a record store around here, like, you know, go shop with them.
Yeah.
Bookstore, grocery store. If anybody knows anybody who runs a music store that I can go to and like buy like equipment and stuff, let me know.
Yeah.
Because I would love to be supporting, like, I already support all of our local businesses, but
Yeah.
I really want to be supporting Black businesses right now.
So thank you guys so much for following me. And where can people find you on the socials?
All over the place. If you're looking for my photography specifically, at Craig Fonts Photos, that's Fontes. The E is silent. If you're looking for the magazine, it's at the Shark City FC. Um, if you're looking for music, it's at the Bookmobile Records or at Good Not Safe. I have a lot of Instagram handles.
You manage all of your Instagrams
I
exceptionally
do,
well. I can't even manage my one.
bro. Like, so the easiest way to do it is to get something like Hootsuite and just like control all of it. But yeah, no. Website is it's craigfonts.com. Um, and yeah, check out my cousin Al Doms has a couple of records that I've done some production for. So check that out if you're trying to hear my work and someone else who's dope around here. We've got, let's see, check any of the people in the magazine, their Twitter handle and Instagram handle and all of that is listed in the magazine, either at the front of their section or in the back in the credits, depending on which issue you pick up. I'm constantly changing it, so just look for it. It's in there every time. I've got a couple of really great artists who I work with. Ergot, one of my best friends from since baby diapers, great graffiti artist. He's incredible. If you want to check out, I don't know how I feel about my Kanye Bear anymore, but I do love my boy Art's work. So so go check him out. He's fantastic. He's a great painter, great photographer. He's doing amazing video work. Who else? I'm trying to name people. I'm trying to like,
everybody's socials.
I'm trying, man. Like I got like, there's so many amazing, great creators out here. Go check out the guitarist for my band, Brianna Cornelius. She's fantastic. This is a different project besides Good Not Safe, because I do all of that work myself. But yeah, she's great. She's an amazing singer. She's an incredible guitar player. She plays like every instrument. It's ridiculous. Let's see, who else can we drop in here? If you're looking at like really interesting like creative videos, the company that my cousin is signed to, 1101, makes some of the best music videos I've seen in a long time. They're great. Not just because I'm in some of them, but but like seriously, like they're like really interesting and dramatic, but like also like they're shot like sort of like cinema, but they're also very like creative in the way that they go about doing their videos. Virtue the artist on Instagram, fantastic photographer and videographer. Man, I'm trying not to forget anybody, but I know I will. Friggin' Dario Clark is a great like rap rock dude. He fantastic. His new album just came out a little while ago. Yeah, I don't know if I forgot you, I'm sorry. But like there's so many people out here doing good work that I gotta like,
you did the Lord's
gotta plug
work.
everybody.
That was a good list. No, but I appreciate it, and thank you so much, so much.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
no problem. Thank you. Of course, you gotta go check out everything Trish is doing,
because I'm doing all the things. I need
all
to
the
calm
things.
down. Gotta calm down. But no, and
Yeah,
thank you so
no,
much. I really appreciate you for joining me and talking with me today.
of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for listening to this interview. Did you know you can also check out Trish Pluggedn, Creatives About the Movement, via podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. So subscribe today.